Hey guys, Sandy here. Welcome back to my channel. Today for 30 Days of Sketches, this is the sketch right here. It is by Janessa Franco. So she has florals and butterflies. We're going to ignore the butterflies, but we are going to do the florals. I have some florals that I stuck on some white cardstock and fussy cut out. These are clear stickers from a Happy Planner floral book. And then I have brought in a couple of papers. This is Basic Gray, 2 Kaisercraft, and a really, really old one, Junkets from 2005. So let's see what I can do. All right, guys, so I went ahead and trimmed down this paper right here to 11 by 11. That's going to allow me to have a nice border around the outside of my layout, just like the sketch. Now, my ATG jumped off a little bit, so I had to fix it. Now, this background paper that I'm using, the Junkets paper, I could have gotten a very similar effect by using a black piece of cardstock. However, there was slight little bits of blue that poked through, and it really looks good with the blue paper that I've put on top. So I'm glad I made that choice instead of just using some cardstock. So for the 2 vertical elements that are over on the right hand side of the page, I decided to use this paper. And I'm going to use this paper and I'm going to fussy cut it out. Now, you might be going, whoa, that is going to look ridiculous. But it actually turns out I am really pleased with the way that this layout looks. It definitely has a different look and feel than the photos. And that might bug some of you to bits, but I really don't care about that too much. I don't care if my photos match my layout. I've never really been one to purposefully pick out colors from the photos unless that there's like a challenge or there's something in the photo where I'm like, yes, this needs to be highlighted, but it's not a normal everyday circumstance for me. So I went ahead and trimmed those out, and I'm loving it. I'm going to trim down this piece of purple paper, and I'm going to trim it down to 4 1/4. That way I can have just a thin little border around my photos. Now, I still haven't described what these photos are, and you might be thinking, what in the ever-loving world? These are photos that I had taken and sent to my husband after I went to the dentist. Their electric toothbrush kind of like burned / rubbed the inside of my lip raw, and I was quite angry about it. So of course, what did I have to do? Take pictures, send them to my husband, and run my mouth to him all about it. Because that's what I do. I run my mouth to my husband. A lot. Now these floral bits right here, again, I had already pulled these out of a planner sticker book. It is a big Happy Planner floral sticker book. I don't remember what it's called, but I popped them down on some white cardstock and then fussy cut them around. Because like I said, they are clear stickers. Now these are also very realistic florals, and I don't tend to use the super realistic florals a lot in my scrapbooking. Kind of like the more of the artsy drawn ones, colory, you know, like looks like somebody colored something in a coloring book. But like I said, this layout, for some reason, it is just, I just like it. Do you ever just create something and it might not be your best work, it might not be the most epic technique-filled layout you've done, it might not even be something that is your usual style, and you just like it, right? Like, it isn't a layout that you're gonna shout to the rooftops and say, please check out this layout, I am so very happy with this. But it's just one where you're like, I like this. It makes you happy. There's parts of it where you're like, yes, this is fantastic. And then you get to move on and scrapbook some more. So that does make me happy. Now, I figured since I had run my mouth about my inside of my lip so much to my husband, I pulled out my snarky word phrases, and I grabbed a couple that I thought would make sense for the layout. So the first one says, I try to be a nice person, but sometimes my mouth doesn't cooperate. The second one says, well, that's a level of incompetent I've not seen before. And then it says, I may be wrong, but I doubt it. So I thought that those three together told a story without giving the details of the story. And then I will actually journal on this layout and put some details right underneath of these strips. So I do this in a white pen. And if you're looking at the layout from far away, you're not going to be able to see it. But if you're looking at the layout like up close, like you'd be flipping through an album, you definitely be able to see it. I also grabbed these Simple Stories letter stickers. Now I chose this blue in particular because it is a close enough match in color to the blue that is in the background of my paper here. Now, originally I was just going to spell out owl, like O-W, but ultimately I decided to fill that space so there wouldn't be any gaps, and ouch fit in there perfectly. Now, I am also going to pop up some of the flowers. Now, a lot of the times, you guys, I talk about how I don't like my elements popped up where they kind of lean down. But in this case, flowers are a little bit different. Because flowers are not, if you look at a flower, it might be up a little bit farther on one side, down a little bit farther on the other side. They're not straight. They're not flat. And even when they have like texture, they're different levels. So this is not bothering me. I just wanted to get that explanation in there because I do have weird... Okay, the ice cream man is outside. We can hear the music. And you guys know how we feel about the ice cream man. Yeah, it's distracting. And we're just going to leave that in there too because it's part of our life. So I'm going to outline with white pen right around here. And then that is going to do it for this layout, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for joining me. And I'll see you guys again real soon for another video. And the ice cream man is super close now. Bye!